7 years ago, Tiny Build Games uploaded a video titled Hello Neighbor AI Rundown. This video displayed the capabilities of its AI and showed off how impressive the AI can get and how fun the game can be. 8 years ago, Tiny Build Games uploaded a video called Hello Neighbor 10-minute pre-alpha gameplay, unedited, and this is the build that we got. It's far less impressive, it's far less polished, and we were all left a little disappointed. Until today. An independent developer known as BonnieFan69 uploaded his own Hello Neighbor project to GameJolt yesterday. And I think it revives this build of the game perfectly. There are many things I want to discuss about this game, so I guess I'll be breaking them into categories. First, I want to start with the lighting, because the scenery of this build of Hello Neighbor is very important to me. Take this scene, for example. It's a beautiful day out. This man is in his yard doing his exercises. He almost seems normal, if it wasn't for what lies beyond just that window behind him. The sunsets especially are a crucial part of what makes the scenery of Hello Neighbor, and unfortunately, Hello Neighbor Reborn doesn't have much of a sunset, at least not the one we see here. It's this time of day that I think this game shines most in terms of fidelity. Don't get me wrong, the lighting is very on point when you get inside the house. This is straight up atmospheric. But no, the lighting is not this game's strong suit. But what is this game's strongest aspect? Well, let's talk about it. AI in this game is what I'd call the hook of the whole game, and it was supposed to be the hook for Hello Neighbor, but as we know, the Hello Neighbor's AI is far, far away from perfect. I would call the AI in this game, however, damn near perfect. Everything he does is completely authentic to how he was advertised in the AI rundown video made 7 years ago. And it's so cool to me because the AI is usually where these fan games fail. It's where the real game fails. But this one just delivers on every little thing. He does everything from setting traps, locking doors, barricading windows that you really like, creating walls of furniture to cut off your last known path. He remembers where you like to hide, and if you don't believe me, I put it to the test. On the first gameplay loop, he had no idea because I never hid there, so I had to let him know by getting caught first. On the second gameplay loop, he was much more familiar with my game, and he decided to check under the bed after wandering around for a while. Then on the third gameplay loop, he just decided to barricade me out of that room. But if that's not enough to impress you, I did another test. I just did the same thing over and over again. Every time he saw me, I ran into this closet. And sure enough, on about the third gameplay loop, he barricaded me away from the closet. I guess I should be breaking his AI down into the many phases that was discussed in the video. Idle, hunt, attack. So let's start with idle. In idle, he does everything a normal neighbor would do. He eats, sleeps, swims, watches TV. Kidding about the swimming part, but he does everything that a neighbor should do. He walks around his house planting flowers, he's fixing his car, he's watching TV, listening to the radio, he's sleeping, he's doing his exercises, he's doing it all, man. Very unlike in the pre-alpha that we got.
Bueno, muchas cosas más. En todos los países y por suerte, también en España, la figura del Chief Quality Officer se encuentra. Hola. Sí, mira, estoy pensando muchas cosas y la verdad que no puedo seguir hablando de este modo. Yo reduzco costes, tú ganas más. Nuestro modelo de negocio se basa en la gestión eficiente de los costes. Gracias a la tecnología y la innovación, a través de canales directos y productos sencillos, podemos reducir nuestros gastos evitando cobrar comisiones y reinvirtiendo todo ese ahorro en rentabilidad para nuestros clientes. Esta es sin duda una de las claves para nuestro éxito. En 1997, después de 150 años de historia, en ING decidimos replantearnos nuestra forma de hacer banca para adaptarnos a los nuevos tiempos, reinventarnos, desaparecer para crear un nuevo sistema moderno y eficaz que ya se entiende por todas partes y que nos ha convertido en un banco directo, grande, el más grande del mundo. No serás un cliente más, ni yo, ni un banco, ni nada más. El centro de nuestras estrategias son nuestros clientes. ¿Escucharás? ¿Escucharás? Escucharás, bueno, muchas cosas más. En todos los países y por suerte, también en España, la figura del Chief Quality Officer se encuentra... Hola. Sí, mira, estoy pensando muchas cosas y la verdad que no puedo seguir hablando de este modo. Yo reduzco costes, tú ganas más. Nuestro modelo de negocio se basa en la gestión eficiente de los costes, gracias a la tecnología y la innovación, a través de canales directos y productos sencillos.
Let's talk about Hunt. Hunt is exactly how I hoped it would be, and even better. In Hunt mode, he's running around his house looking for you, he's checking hiding spaces, and this is the cool part. In no build of Hello Neighbor does he ever calm down, does he ever transition from hunt to idle. In this game, he's only ever in hunt mode for a certain amount of time. Depending on how paranoid you made him, he will be in hunt longer or shorter. This can range from him quickly running to a hiding spot to check it and then calming down right after, or sweeping his whole house until he comes up with nothing. But if he does come up with something, then he goes into attack mode. Attack mode is actually pretty bare bones. He follows you wherever you're running to, and he never attempts to do any sort of crazy cutoff moment where he catches you in his trap. I don't think he has ever jumped out of a window even. He just sort of chases you around, and the cool part of attack mode actually is that if you go back home, he'll let it go. Unlike in the pre-alpha. But if I were to make changes to the attack mode, I would have him attempt to cut you off a lot more. I would, of course, want him to jump through windows and stuff like that. I don't know if I like him throwing tomatoes and bear traps. I think I would much rather him just outsmart you by crossing your path. Because when he stops following you after giving chase, then it makes your mind race. You're wondering where is he going? What's he doing? And then, you try to change up your path, but it actually just leads you into the very trap he was planning the whole time. The thing that makes attack mode so interesting in this game is his use of barricades. It cuts off your paths. That's all I have to say about attack mode, so I think I'm going to talk about some other aspects about the game. One thing mentioned in the devlogs is how key items like crowbars, hammers, keys, lockpicks, they're all spawned randomly throughout the house. There's no one spot that any key item is placed, and I love this feature because when I play Hello Neighbor over and over again, I know exactly what I'm doing, I know exactly where to go, what I need, and how to find it. But in this game, you're just going in this madhouse blindly, and you don't know what's about to happen. And if you're a stickler for details like I am, this game also does not disappoint in that regard. Every little thing, every little prop has its own sound, picking up and putting down boxes, throwing around anything. It makes its own appropriate sound. Things like how the neighbor has a different looking around animation when you ring his doorbell and ditch it. When he picks up the phone, his voice comes through the phone slightly later than he actually says hello. He holds the broom in his left hand because his animation starts with it in his left hand. When he slips on a banana peel, he puts it away after. Every time he passes by you when you're hiding in a closet, it makes this spooky noise. When it's nighttime, all the lights are off, but he turns on these little lamps so it's not completely dark. When you flick on a light and there's no light bulb, it starts flashing. I've waited for this for so long. I love this game. I love every little detail, and you should play it. If you hold any love in your heart for Hello Neighbor at all, you should play this game. The developer did a outstanding job reviving this build of the game, and I hope he's not completely finished with making Hello Neighbor games, because in such a small community, we need this talent. Thank you for watching. I'm Hello Gamer, the Hello Neighbor guy. Like if you did enjoy, subscribe for more Hello Neighbor content, and I'll see you later. We live in a neighborhood.